for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. We'll see Los Angeles and the Chicago Bulls. It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Taking a look at the Lakers. Van Exel is out there with Jones. And it's Fox. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. And it's Horry in at the 4 spot.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And so here is Chicago. Longley with the bucket.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Van Exel against Harper. Outside, Jones. Passes it to Horry. Over to the left wing. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The drive by Jordan. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
They double him with Jordan. The dish to Jones. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
It's been a quick start here for Chicago. It's Jordan on the wing. Defended by Jones. Back to Jordan. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Here's Van Exel. Following the basket by Michael Jordan. Van Exel kicks to Shaq. 5 to shoot. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Some changes for Chicago. Wennington, he's checked in for Longley. Kukoc comes in for Michael Jordan. And Kerr's subbed in for Ron Harper. It's been a pretty tough stretch for them.
And this will be an important possession. It's really essential they put a stop to this run, and the best way to do it is by great execution. And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Simpkins, he's checked in for the Bulls. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball.
Every dime is a flake.
And the first time
here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Fox against Kukoc. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And Kerr with the basket on the assist by Pippen. Kerr's got his first points in this one. They're really on their heels at this point.
Yeah. On both ends of the floor, Kevin, they've lost some confidence along the way.
Van Exel kicks to Shaq. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Bushler's checked in for Scottie Pippen. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Chicago calls timeout. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. I spoke with the Lakers head coach. I asked him how they plan to contain this offense, one of the most prolific in the league. He said, we'll have our work cut out for us. No question about it. They can hurt you any number of ways. That's why they're as good as they are. We just have to play the percentages and try to make sure they're getting the shots we want as opposed to the ones they want. Kevin, makes sense. Back to you.
Okay, Doris, appreciate the report and coach's plan here tonight. A good one, guys.
And I agree with him. I think he's determined not to let the opposing offense dictate tempo. And I think that is a good game plan.
That's the only plan, really, Greg. And Kevin, I mean, they cannot allow that offense to run wild. This game has to be played on their terms.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Sally, he's checked in for Wennington. Rodman comes in for Simpkins. Scottie Pippen's checked in for Bushler. And Michael Jordan subbed in for Kerr. Just 4 to shoot. That's good. And that's now 7 points for Jordan.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
So for the Bulls, Luke Longley's checked in for Kukoc, and it's Harper in for Rodman. 1:10 left in the first quarter. Lakers trail by 11. Van Exel with it. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. He kicks it to O'Neal. Rebound by the Bulls. Pass to Harper. Poked away. Out of bounds. The Lakers will take possession. Lakers trail by 11. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Sally. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot. And it's really paid off for them during the run. And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
29 seconds left in the first quarter. And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
Lakers ball.
Lakers trail by 13. Jones dishes to Van Exel. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Here's Chicago. Outpacing them right now in a 15-2 run. And here's Jordan outside. The Bulls keep it alive. It's Jordan on the wing. Kicks to Harper. He gets it up. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
But to me, it's worth being certain. And that's why we have replay, to get these big calls right.
And they've taken a look at it, and they've overturned the call. They've overturned the call. They're calling the basket good, Greg.
Yeah, and that's why we have replay. I mean, to make sure the officials don't miss any calls. And really, a good job to take the second look at it. Would have been a shame if they'd been cheated out of those points.
Yeah. I really this. I really this.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they?
It's been a point of emphasis, no doubt, to make sure they attack the rim offensively.
I love the fact they're not settling for outside shots. Keep attacking that rack.
The Bulls leading by 16. We've got Kukoc. Rodman is out there with Bill Wennington. Then it's Bush. And it's Kerr in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Back to Kukoc. Bushler, the pass to Rodman. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Chicago scoring again. Here's Van Exel. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Got a piece of it. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Rodman. Throws down the breakaway jam.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. The Bulls making a switch here. Simpkins checked in.
Simpkins.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. Van Exel kicks to Shaq. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Jones checked in for the Lakers.
Coming on the floor for the Lakers, Eddie Jones.
Clock is at 3. Here's Van Exel. And he can't bank that one in. Chicago leading by 20.
Chicago timeout call.
Chicago calls timeout. Pippin's checked in for the Bulls. Jordan comes in for Kerr.
Scottie Pippen. Michael Jordan.
Bulls moving the ball around. Kukoc kicks to Jordan. And that one's good. Jordan's got 12.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Timeout called the Lakers.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around. And that's why he needed the timeout.
Outside, Jones. The screen from Campbell. Jones kicks to Kobe. Feeds it to Van Exel. Back to Kobe. O'Neal a screen on Jordan. 5 to shoot. Jones, no one around him. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Chicago leading by 22. Here's Kukoc. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists in the game.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Campbell, and he can't stop the run as he misses. Rodman against Campbell. Simpkins passes to Rodman. Here's Simpkins.
Woo. His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. And you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Van Exel with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Outside, Kobe, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Blunt, he's checked in for the Lakers. Ori comes in for Bryant.
Robert Ori.
Kukoc against Ori. Pass to Simpkins. The feed to Rodman. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
So for the Bulls, Longley comes in for Simpkins. And it's Harper in for Tony Kukoc. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
You know, points off turnovers can be a very telling stat. And we've seen a few of those from them already.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive. And it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Chicago making some changes. Wennington, he's checked in for Rodman. And Kerr's subbed in for Pippen. The Bulls have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight.
Hey.
And taking care of the ball has been a problem for them.
Yeah, defensively, some really good pressure being applied, though, so you've got to give credit there. It seems like they've been rattled a little bit.
Greg, you think they've been rattled?
They have, Kevin, but that's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Fast break. Here comes Chicago. That's tipped. They recover it. There's big Luke Longley cleaning things up inside. Here's Van Exel. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. There's the steal.
Kevin.
What range on that shot.
Unbelievable.
That's amazing. Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough D.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. He feeds it to O'Neal. Poked loose.
Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Bulls out front, opening up a huge gap. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What a game we're seeing from Michael Jordan.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all four quarters.
So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got O'Neal. Fox is out there with Horry. Then there's Van Exel. And it's Jones in at the 2. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And it's the Lakers ball. Over to the wing. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
Only their first turnover of the game, taking terrific care of the basketball.
And that's one more key to their lead, guys. I mean, they're creating opportunities for each other and not the other team.
Here's Pippen. Hits despite the tough D.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, it's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Pippen with the steal. Here's Rodman. Here's Longley. Second shot opportunity, and that's going to be a travel.
And that's turnover number 2 on the game, doing a nice job in terms of ball control.
Holding on to the ball and holding on to this lead.
Chicago making some changes. Simpkins, he's checked in for Longley. Kukoc comes in for Rodman. And Bushler subbed in for Michael Jordan. Screen by Jones. Dishes it to O'Neal. Lets it go from 14. And that misses badly. Air ball. Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
He's checked in for Chicago. Jordan comes in for Harper. The Lakers also with a sub. Ryan's checked in. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Simpkins passes to Jordan. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Rodman kicks to Jordan. 5 on the clock. Hands it from downtown. Jordan's got 20.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Now Van Exel. He's had set from him. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession.
Los Angeles ball.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Campbell is checked in for Horry. And Barry subbed in for Van Exel. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. 6 on the shot clock. To end the run. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish. He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
And it's Bryant in the corner. We've got 1:08 left to play in the third. Here's Simpkins. Right through the D for the layup. Simpkins got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Here's the break. Here's Jordan. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a travel.
Yeah, another turnover. The guys on the whole, I think they've done a great job of running their offense without too many miscues.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Blunt, he's checked in for Shaq. And here's Los Angeles. Nothing yet for them in the third quarter. Here's Barry, defended by Kerr. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Pass to Wennington. From the stripe. That's good.
And all of a sudden, you can see the confidence overflowing offensively.
Getting everything to drop at an ideal time. I mean, they're poised for a terrific crunch time run here.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Bulls out front, delivering the blowout. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway.
Let's take them back.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth.
spit. 7 days of heaven's ways and hang-ups. Chris and Ryan again, and we wishing anybody who isn't wishing us well bankrupt. A L and whatever else ain't.
Here's Barry. We've got Brown. Longley out there with Wennington. Then it's Kukoc, and it's Kerr in at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here's Campbell. Longley grabs the miss.
Timeout for the Bulls.
Chicago calls timeout.
Okay, fans, now coming out of the court are your Bravo Bulls. Make some noise and cheer them on.
So for the Bulls, Rodman, he's checked in for Wennington. Pippen comes in for Kerr. And it's Jordan in for Brown.
Michael Jordan.
And so here is Chicago. The drive by Jordan. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Man, he's got a lot of firepower right now. I mean, what a half he's having.
And here's Smith. Pass to Blunt. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Campbell. The shot is off. And it's Chicago the other way. Longley with it. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Lakers ball.
And Clark, they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, I think so. Too cool. I mean, just not forceful enough, not alert or aggressive enough, and sometimes trying to do too much with the basketball.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Chicago with the ball. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Johnson outside. Smith against Jordan. Clock at 6. Smith kicks to Johnson. From 12 feet out. Here's Campbell. Rodman grabs the miss. Rodman's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Right side, Jordan. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. 30 points for Jordan.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Pass to Campbell. Longley grabs the miss.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Smith against Rodman. 1:51 left in the game. It's stolen by Smith. Barry the pass to Johnson. Smith with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Smith outside. That's tipped. From deep. Look at that shot. How did that go in?
How about that?
Oh.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bulls.
You're right there, Steve. And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, Clark, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
Well, it deflates the opposition when you can be pesky defensively, and then it sparks your offense, and that's what happened for them. When you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's hard to overcome that kind of defensive pressure.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Jordan. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel. Yeah, they've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
Some changes for Chicago. Wennington comes in for Luke Longley. And Kerr subbed in for Kukoc. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
.110 left to play in the final quarter. Harper the pass to Simpkins.
Timeout for the Bulls.
20 seconds. Start it.
Chicago calls timeout. for the Bulls. Dennis Rodman. He's checked in for Simpkins. Pippen comes in for Ron Harper. And it's Jordan in for Kerr.
Michael Jordan.
Here's Jordan. The good-looking shot from the wing. Jordan's got 8 points here in this quarter.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Bryant. And again, the Lakers no good.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Off his foot, and the officials saying it was kicked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
.34 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rodman up top. Back to Jordan. Again, Chicago.
MJ taking care of business with some sweet baskets.
Here's Barry, guarded by Pippen. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the pass to Barry. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Jordan. From deep three-point range. Off target with that shot. And so Chicago takes this one. And by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now, our Jordan player of the game, Michael Jordan.